Welcome back to my series, the video series. Thank you so much for joining me once again. I'm going to quickly talk about my weight and how it's fluctuated between the day of the competition to right now, which is 5 days past the competition. It's the 10th of March 2017. The competition was on the 5th of March. So I want to talk about 5 days of how my weight has fluctuated and what I've done to cause that fluctuation, and I'll give you context around that as well. I also want to talk about the cost, the financial cost of competing. So how much does it cost me in terms of financial terms to compete, prepare for the competition, and all of that. So I'm going to give you a breakdown of everything I've spent on that very shortly. Thanks so much for joining me. Let's get on to weight fluctuations. Now, you commonly hear competitors that will get really lean for the stage and then the competition comes, they finish the competition, then they completely blow out. They completely put on all this weight. And think about it, if you're not even competing, if you've done a weight loss program and you found that you just put all that weight back on after, the 30-day, 60, 90-day program, and you wonder why? Well, there's reasons for it. I won't talk about those reasons, but I'm going to talk about how I've mitigated putting all that weight back on, which wasn't much anyway. It was like 5 or 6 kilos, but how I've mitigated the weight gain from the competition. So let's get straight into it. So this video really applies to people that are wanting to compete and or just anybody that's wanting to lose weight and you're fearful of putting that weight back on when you finish a weight loss program. So it's kind of really no different. So my stage weight, so the 5th of March, the day of the competition, I weighed in at 87.3 kilograms. Now I'll put the conversion in pounds on your screen. 87.3 was my lightest, yeah? So that was my stage weight. And then after the competition, I had, 2 donuts, if you've been following this series, you would have seen exactly what I had as my free meals. So I had like 2 lots of steak, I had ice cream, so I had 2 lots of Messina ice cream. I talk about this in one of the previous videos. And I had Quest bars, and all the food that I'll flash up on your screen right now is what I had, which was what I like to call free meals. So meals that are not part of any meal plan, they're not calculated, they're not weighed, they're not measured. You just go and have fun. And it's a psychological relief to do that after months of being restricted and being regimental. So this is usually something that's recommended that athletes do whenever they finish a competition. And even if you're watching this and you're not looking at competing and you finish a weight loss program, you need to do something like this as well to reward yourself psychologically after all those weeks and months of restriction. However, you need to draw the line, because if you don't, you'll put all that weight back on. I'll talk about why people stack all the weight back on after a competition or after a weight loss program. Your metabolism is suppressed, and when you start eating all that food again, your metabolism hasn't yet increased because it takes time for your metabolism to adapt. And so that's why you put on all this weight. I talk about why in greater detail in previous videos. So I had free meals the afternoon of the competition, the 5th of March, and the day after the competition on the Monday, I had a day of free eating. So all that food that you saw on your screen before, that was what I had. I weighed myself on the 8th of March, so 3 days after the competition. I weighed in at 90.4 kilograms. Another guy that I have contact with who also competed the same day weighed in at 90.3 or 4 kilograms as well. So I'll put the conversions in pounds on your screen. And he was actually the guy that had the whole box of donuts. I'm not sure if you saw that video. I'm actually going to throw that video up on your screen. I actually had my camera with me at the time, and he was a guy who competed in another division. So we didn't compete together, but he's a really cool guy. We have contact. He's a great guy. He's a funny guy. And so his weight came in about the same as mine on the 8th of March as well. So he had a box of donuts. Good for him. You deserve it, man. If you're watching this, you deserve it. So I had 2 donuts, you know, and that's all I could really. It kind of made me sick when I had those, even when I had those 2 donuts. So yeah, you saw the video there. And then, remember, I then decided to stop the free meals. I had to get back onto what they call a carb cycle meal plan, which is what I've been following leading up to the competition. Because my situation might be a little different to yours. I'm competing next Friday. So I can't let this blow out. I've got to stop this right now, flick a switch. And I did that. I started my carb cycle plan. So what I was following leading up to the competition on the 8th of March, right? So I had all my free meals and whatnot on the Sunday afternoon and then the Monday. And then it was the Tuesday morning that I started my carb cycle meal plan. I'll throw that up on your screen so you can see what that looks like. On the 9th of March, I weighed in at 89.7 kilograms. And then on the 10th of March, which is today, this morning, I weighed in at 88.4 kilograms. So my weight, you can see, stage weight, 87.3. Then I, post-competition, had my free meals, had a little bit of fun, 90.4, and then started my carb cycle, which brought me down to 89.7, and then down to 88.4. So I'm almost at my stage weight again. And so I've got 1 more week until my competition, the Arnold Model Search competition, yeah? So that's, my situation's a little different. And I talk about the importance of reverse dieting for people that are watching this, you're wanting to lose a bit of weight, and you go into a program, a 4-week program, 8-week program, 12-week program, whatever. You must speak to your coach or whoever's guiding you through that process on how to reverse diet out of that program. You must do that, otherwise you're just going to stack on all that weight again. My situation was that I got to the stage and then I had a bit of fun for a day and a half, and then I started carb cycling, and now my weight is coming back down to stage weight again for next week. If you're watching this and you're not doing back-to-back competitions, you won't do it precisely how I'm doing it. What you would do is that you would finish your weight loss program and then you would reverse diet out of your calorie deficit. That's exactly what you would do. But you wouldn't do it straight away. You would make sure that you would have a day or 2 days of free meals, and then you would start your reverse diet. There needs to be a little break between when you finish your weight loss program and when you start a reverse diet. There must be a small, like 1 to 2 days where you can just go out to a restaurant and order off the menu, whatever you want. Don't throw up, don't go to a buffet, just go and eat sensibly. Yeah, like how, you know, you stop eating when you're full kind of sensibleness. Do that for a day and a half, then you must reverse diet out. And then once you reverse diet out, then you don't need to follow any kind of meal plan. You can just maintain what you've worked hard to achieve. And this is the biggest problem with diets in the world we live in, is that they don't talk about reverse dieting, which is the recovery diet after the diet. That's my little rant. I hope you found that helpful. If you're not sure on reverse dieting, I talk about reverse dieting and how to do it and everything in other videos and other places that I distribute my content. But I just wanted to share with you proof that, you know, my journey is that got stage ready, then I had some free meals, and now I'm back to carb cycling. Okay, let's talk about the cost of competing. How much money have I spent on this competition? How much money? I added these numbers up yesterday, and I have been keeping track of my about 95% of my receipts I stashed in a box. And so I'm going to flash this up on your screen as a table. This is how much money I spent. I'm going to break it down very quickly because I know you are intelligent readers, and I'm not going to make that, you know, I'm not going to be silly and read everything off one by one, but very quickly I'm going to go through it. Photography, which you don't have to do, but I suggest you do it if you're getting ready for a competition, that you book in a photography session with somebody who specializes in fitness photography, and you know, you get that booked in a day or 2 or 3 days before your competition. Cost me $729 Australian dollars. Tanning, so 3 tanning sessions, 80. Car hire, because I don't own a car, I have a motorbike, 164. My competition coach, one of the most expensive, however most worthwhile investments, 1,240. Ben, who was a guy that I did some posing with, see one of my posing coaches, sounds crazy, a posing coach, 160. Vicky, there's a lady I did some posing with as well. She taught me some posing, 150. She was a bit more expensive, but she was worth it. One-off fitness first session. So I went to the gym and trained where my coach usually coaches. So I had to pay to enter the gym. Total about 120 for 6 one-off sessions. Then entering the competition cost me $410 just to enter, just to put my name, just to fill out the form and hit submit and say, yes, Brad wants to compete, $410, thank you very much. Fitness First short-term membership. Okay, so I paid another $120 for that. Physio, because I injured my back, cost me $100. A DEXA scan, I talked about what that is in another video, cost me $70, I had the 1 scan. Posing workshop. Okay, so I went to 2 group classes where I was learning how to pose with a group of people. There was 2 of those sessions, cost me $40. I had to buy some dumbbells, and those dumbbells that I used to do the pump up. Backstage, you don't need to buy dumbbells, you can use bands. Resistive bands if you want to, okay? But I wanted dumbbells because I like dumbbells, right? A little bit heavier to carry around, but that's what I use to pump myself up backstage to get ready for the stage. Supplements, $706. Now, you're probably thinking, what supplements did I buy? What did I have? I think I talked about what supplements I used to get ready for this competition. Protein powder, so big tubs, $89 per tub. If you're watching this from the US, you're super lucky because I know you guys can get it for like $60 for the same size. I usually use Optimum Nutrition, Ultimate Nutrition, Dymatize, great brands out there. We pay about $80, $90 per tub. And what else did I use? I had Vitago as well, and multivitamins. And that's pretty much it. And L-carnitine, right? And that's really all I used. I didn't really use any other type. And I obviously bought a lot of it. So $706. Painkillers, Celebrix, I think it's called, $26.15. Now, that was when I went to a physio. I injured my back and he said, you should take this No, I went to a doctor and which cost $60, you'll see that there on the table. And he said, look, you need to take this painkiller, it's going to help with your back injury. And it's called Celebrix. I paid $26.15. Anyway, so that's the breakdown. There might have been a couple of things I've missed. I don't think so. Maybe a couple of $100 worth of things that I've missed. So I've got unaccounted for $200, just in case I've missed things out. So we're talking about just over $4,000 Australian that it's cost me to get ready and prepare for this competition. And then food, because I kept on my food receipts, $687, but I haven't added that into the grand total because I'd have to eat anyway, all right, whether I'm competing or not. However, in the food, I was buying a lot more meat, like a lot more meat than what I would normally buy for the competition. Like I'd still eat, even if I wasn't competing, but there was food in there, $687, that there's I was buying a lot more meat, a lot more chicken, a lot more beef, a lot more fish than what I would normally buy getting ready for a competition. So, you could call it $4,200 or $4,300 that it cost me to get ready for the competition. Now, for you, if you're watching this, you're looking at competing, you could take things out like the photography. If you're not interested, you can save $700. If you don't want to hire a coach, you can take $1,200 out of that. If you own your own car, then obviously you don't pay for car hire. So you can see how your situation, you can look at my situation and go, well, I can save money there. I'm not going to buy any whey protein powder. I'm just going to buy more meat, whatever. So I hope this was helpful. This is meant to be a quick video. I have to go to work now, so that's why I'm wrapping this up real quick. Generally speaking, 5 days after the competition, I feel amazing. I feel really good. I'm on a high carb day. So I'm having my carbs today. and my weight is 1 kilo from stage weight. And I'm getting ready for my next competition next Friday, which is not as formal, it's not as crazy as what the last one was. It's just a model search thing. So if I win, I get to meet Arnold Schwarzenegger, get a photo with him. And I think if I win, I get to do a magazine photo shoot or something like that. I don't know. So I'll keep you updated on that journey. I'm going to keep this going. And with regard to my next competition, I'm going to cover in the bonus section of this series. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. It means a lot. Thank you for your individual emails, people that have reached out to me via my direct email to, congratulate me on my win. I am super honored, and I just never expected in a million years that anybody would just, care so much. And I've had people add me on Snapchat now and following my journey on there as well. And, I'm so happy that I can share like everything I do on Snapchat, and everybody can see what I do on a day-to-day basis, as opposed to if you're watching this video, I would have shot this video 2 weeks ago and you're watching everything a little bit, not out of date, but two or 3 weeks old. Because by the time I edit the video, then it's got to go through the approval process with Amazon, and it takes a couple of weeks anyway. So thank you so much. Have an awesome day. Keep rocking, smash your goals. Don't let anything stop you. You live one life. Live it today, because nobody can guarantee tomorrow. I think you can tweet that. Just come up with that. I don't know. Sometimes I'm on a roll and I just come out with things that sound really good. I think it sounds really good. All right, I'm off. We're gonna go to work. See ya.